So people often ask me, why is Beethoven Fifth Symphony so popular? And it is an iconic, ubiquitous piece. It's used everywhere, you hear it everywhere. And I think part of it is because of its simplicity. It's catchy. The opening motif, ba 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 ba. It's only two pitches. Ba, ba. It's only two notes really, one of which is played 3 times. And it's a very, very simple idea, but the way Beethoven presents it is anything but simple. I picked both Beethoven pieces for very different but specific reasons, in that they both connect to Chris Rouse's music for me. Christopher Rouse, for me, is one of the great living composers of our time. He, coincidentally, is a Baltimore native. Wonderful coincidence, I think, for me. I've always admired his music. I started performing his music in 1993 after hearing a tape, and I was blown away by his music. And since then, I have the privilege and the record of being the only conductor to program an all-Rouse concert. The reason I decided to start the program with the music from the creatures of Prometheus is because it's a timeless story. It's a story based on an ancient myth. Beethoven's commenting on the action, and he's creating the drama and sort of updating it for his time. Seemed like a great way to begin a program where Chris Rouse will then take music in a tradition that existed before him and update it yet again for our time.
The first thing I do is think about the form and then try to come up with ideas, material that will work. So I thought, well, I think I'll not try to rewrite the Prokofiev Symphony or take his ideas and improve upon them. I wouldn't presume to be able to do that. But that I would take that basic form and try to put my own music into it, following his lead in maybe a general way. It's difficult to really explain that process. 1 minute you don't have an idea, and the next minute you do. I don't know how that kind of miraculous moment of inspiration occurs, but there it is.
For a composer to lose his hearing, which is what happened to Beethoven, I mean, I don't think anything more horrible could happen to a composer. And he realized prior to the Fifth Symphony that this would be a continuing and ongoing disintegration of his hearing. He retained an optimism and a sense of possibility in life. And that's what this symphony is. It's a microcosm of him as a human being. And this is the great story of Beethoven and his view of life. So it starts with this foreboding, this suspense, what's going to happen? And gradually through the piece, it goes from C minor to this triumphant C major. He brings trombones in. They play only in the last moment. Trombones are instruments of special occasion. And that's the story of this piece. And I think that's part of why it speaks to us, hundreds of years after Beethoven wrote it.